This is episode 99. G'day and welcome to the My Voice Notes series. This series came about because of you. So thank you. I was receiving feedback on how you enjoy the realness and rawness of my show and that you connect with my stories and experiences. So I decided to bite my fear on the bum and share with you my most personal series yet. I spend a lot of time reflecting and I usually record my thoughts in my phone, sort of like a journal, and now you will have access to that. Please leave me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts if you enjoy this series, because my intention is to inspire you to break free of anything that holds you back and to know that you are not alone. All right, buckle up. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to my voice note series. Thank you so much for showing up here today and for just taking a moment so that you can better yourself, your health, your mindset, and everything about your life. Today I want to talk about big emotions and how to deal with big emotions. And what do I even mean by big emotions? It's those emotions that come all of a sudden like a big wave. Whether it's like anger or fury or frustration, and you just can't get it together. You just don't know how to regain control in those moments. You know, this could happen as well with anxiety or fear, where this big emotion comes and you just don't know how to manage it. You don't know how to regain control, or this might be happening a lot. You know, you might have a stressful life at the moment and you are experiencing many big emotions. So if this is you, this is the podcast that you need to be listening to, because I also experience big emotions. And, you know, some people might call you highly sensitive, but at the end of the day, I don't like labeling ourselves. It is what it is. There's a big emotion. Let's just figure out a solution and a way around it, and a way that we can become more mindful of this situation. Now, for whatever reason that you experience a big emotion, one of the best ways to deal with it, you'll hear in my voice note because it's what I'm doing. I'm actually going for a walk while I'm reflecting, but is to move. So remember that emotion is just your energy in a certain motion. Okay? So exercise is such an essential component of being able to manage your emotions. Because if you think about the word, right, emotion, energy in motion, it really helps to describe the concept of emotion as real energy, and your body gives emotion a vehicle to pass through. Okay, so it's nothing that you need to really hold on to or attach to. It is a temporary moment in your life, this emotion. You will not have this emotion for the rest of your life. It's literally just a passerby. And your job is to hold on for the ride while that big emotion is riding its way through you and your cells and your being. And if you just get out, go for a walk, do some exercise, do some push-ups, do a few burpees, I can guarantee you that little tiny micro moment will absolutely help your big emotion to move through and to pass through, and for you to be able to manage it more effectively. Because remember, we do get that spike in the happy hormones after we exercise. Okay, so that's my number one tip. My number two tip is meditation, meditation, meditation. I repeat, meditation. I cannot tell you how critical meditation has been to my mental health. And I'm telling you guys, the days that I don't meditate, I can actually feel the cortisol in my body bubbling up. And so this morning I meditated and I didn't want to miss it that much that I ran late to my fitness class by 5 minutes, but it was okay because they also hadn't started yet. So what I'm trying to say is, if you can dedicate some time to meditation, jump on my YouTube channel, grab some of my meditations. They are absolutely free for you to use. This is one of the best ways that you'll be able to manage your emotions. And remember, you can meditate for 5 minutes, you can meditate for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 20 minutes. And something that I really love to do is to do it twice a day, if I can, depending on how much time I have. I just choose on the day. So it's nothing to stress about. But if you feel like you do experience big emotions, try it, please. It will really help because you get to finally slow down a little, get clear in your mind. There's lots of different meditations you can do. YouTube has amazing meditations. There's a whole library of meditations that you can do. You can just search for how long you have, and then you can even search the topic that you want. So let's just say if you are experiencing a big angry emotion, right? Because something's happened. Go to YouTube. Search how much time you've got, 8 minutes, 8-minute meditation for anger, and then see what comes up. All right, number 3 is journaling is great. Journaling is the best therapist that you will never pay for because it allows you the opportunity to get out of your body, to get out of your head the thoughts that are circling round and around and around, and the thoughts that are driving you crazy. And it might sound very simple, but are you doing it? If you're not, even if you just get one of those 15-cent exercise books from Officeworks, you can just use that and just start writing. Put a timer on your phone, like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and just start writing and see what comes out. And you might be surprised at what you start writing, but don't judge it, just let it happen. So this is really good at helping process your thoughts and to process your feelings and to really help lower and bring down that big emotion to make it small again. Now, number 4 is take the time to care for yourself. Self-care. Yes, you have to take time for you so that you can allow some time just to nourish your mind, nourish your body, nourish your soul, and refill your cup. So what does self-care look like? I have a free self-care list that I'll make available on our show notes here. It's available on my website too, wholehealth.com.au, and it has a list of my 22 favorite self-care tips. But you can do anything that fills your cup up. You know, it might be something like what you're eating, you know, and really nourishing well. It might be what you're reading. It might be what you're listening to. So podcasts like this that are self-development podcasts, these are really, really great to help manage big emotions. Watch who you talk to. Watch who you're surrounding yourself with as well. Okay, so care for yourself enough to make sure that you're in a beautiful, positive, uplifting environment. So how are you spending your time? And something else that you can do is to maybe hire a coach that you can speak to once a week or once a fortnight so that they can keep you on track. And that way you have something to really focus on that's pushing you forward, that is positive, and that is making you feel amazing, positive emotions. You can do things like go to weekend retreats or go to a week-long retreat, and you can really work on your mindset and your emotional stability. But one of my favorite things for self-care is to get out in nature. And something amazing happens to your mind, to your body, and to your soul when you just breathe in nature. And if you can take your shoes and socks off and plant your feet on the earth or on some sand, then just that vibration radiating through your cells and through your legs really has a nice calming effect. And the last thing that I wanted to mention was whatever is causing your big emotion, make some time to work through it, either through journaling, either with a coach, either with a therapist, either with the thing or with the person that is causing the big emotion. Maybe you need to bring in a forgiveness practice. Maybe you need to work on the negative emotions that are attached to that thing that's causing the big emotion. Maybe there is some stories and beliefs and patterns and behaviors that you need to let go of to help release that big emotion as well. All right, team, I hope you found those tips useful. Here's my voice note.
Welcome big emotions. Don't be afraid of your ever-changing emotions, especially when they come up. If there's a situation that you're in, or if somebody says something to you and it automatically triggers an emotion, a big one, like anger or sadness or whatever it is, fear, take a moment, take a few breaths to regulate yourself. Instead of falling victim to the drama that whatever the belief is that you have right now is true, because it most probably isn't. So in our mind, we have so many stories and so many beliefs that go on and on and on. And if somebody says something to us that can trigger one of those beliefs, like I'm not good enough or I'm not smart enough or whatever it is, I'm just using that one as an example, that can trigger a response in us where it's like, this person is attacking me. This person is saying that I'm not good enough. This person is saying that I'm doing the wrong thing, or whatever it might be that comes into your mind. Try to take a few breaths and then try to trace back where that trigger has come from. So the first thing to do is to try to figure out, what is that belief that is in my mind right now? And if it comes back to I'm not good enough, think back to a time where somebody made you feel not good enough. And I'm talking about in your formative years, so anywhere up to the age of 7. It could even be up to the age 10, 11, 12. But usually in the formative years, we would have been conditioned or shaped to believe something, or to act a certain way, or to do things in a particular way, or whatever it might be. And it's come along with you for no fault of yours, but now you're becoming aware that there are certain situations where you can feel like you're losing some sense of control and you're not remaining calm. So become more curious when these sorts of situations arise. Become curious and start to think, here is an opportunity for me to learn about myself. Here's an opportunity for me to grow. And I do a lot of this in my coaching sessions, where I help clients trace back a lot of what they're feeling or going through. And everybody is different, but I thought I'd share this with you because sometimes with me, one of my main triggers is that people, think I'm not good enough. So sometimes in the past, a lot, when someone would say something, automatically my brain would say, Helen, you're not good enough. You're just shit. Just everything negative. Until I traced it back to, as a child, I felt like I had to do things perfectly to be accepted by my dad. And so this has been such a huge learning curve for me. And still to this day, our wounds are our wounds. They're not going to go. They're not going to magically disappear. But what's going to happen is you're going to find a way to manage them. And the best thing that you can do, because it's quick, simple, free and effective, is take a moment and take a few breaths where you breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your nose, and do that a few times. Regulate yourself and your emotions, and just start to become the observer of your thought. So even if you have to visualize yourself stepping out of that situation, looking in from a whole different angle, a whole different perspective, take a moment and really look at that belief for what it is, and you'll realize that it's not true. Otherwise, all sorts of bad things can happen if you just keep falling victim to this belief. It'll lead onto another negative emotion, and it'll then lead onto a negative action or a negative behavior, and then feelings of guilt, anger, sadness, fear, whatever it can manifest to. Hope that helps.
Thank you times infinity for spending time with me. It really means a lot. Putting yourself first will really help escalate your goals, your dreams, and I love being on the journey with you. So make sure you come and tell me on my Instagram at Whole Health, which is HOL_health, and comment below this podcast photo to share your thoughts on my show today. And if you enjoyed it, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify so that I can keep bringing amazing value to you. I'm sending you truckloads of love, power, and joy.